Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I really hope you all are doing very well. And as Balram Purnima is approaching, I thought of making a video on the glories and pastimes of Sri Balram. As far as the Supreme Lord is concerned, his appearance day is never called as birthday, because the Supreme Lord is never taking birth in this material world. He always appears out of his own sweet will. Similarly, the Supreme Lord decides that where he has to appear, to which family, to which dynasty, to which parents. Normally, people consider Sri Balram as the elder brother of Sri Krishna. But Srila Prabhupada explains that there is no difference between Krishna and Balram. Absolutely no difference. Because both have 6 opulences, both have 64 transcendental qualities. There are only 2 differences between Krishna and Balram. The first one is complexion, which is very obvious. And the second one is service. Although both are the same, Krishna appears as the object of our service, and Sri Balram appears as the one who gives service to Krishna. And we should never cross over our instruments like kartal and mridang, because they are the expansions of Lord Balram. Krishna appears as his holy name in this Kalyug, and to support his holy name, Sri Balram comes as a form of the instruments. Similarly, when Krishna expands himself as Lord Vishnu and wants to take rest, Sri Balram immediately coils himself into Ananta Shesh so that Lord Vishnu can rest on him. Sri Balram also personifies Adi Guru, that is the Guru Tattva. That means the quality of being a perfect spiritual master. As we all know, the 6 children of Devaki were killed, and then Balram and Krishna appeared. Those 6 children represented the 6 anarthas within us, and Devaki represented a devotee. Those 6 anarthas are greed, lust, anger, illusion, jealousy, hatred. Because all those 6 children represented anarthas and they were in the womb of Devaki, that womb wasn't conducive for Krishna to appear there. So therefore, Anantadev first appeared in the womb of Devaki, cleansed the entire womb, made proper seating arrangement for Krishna to appear there. Because Krishna cannot appear in the same womb where all those 6 children were residing in the form of anarthas. Then the Supreme Lord invokes Yog Maya and tells her that all the 6 children are gone. Supreme Lord told Yog Maya, now the 7th child which is in the womb of Mother Devaki is Anantadev himself, and you have to transfer Anantadev to the womb of Mother Rohini. Lord Balram also has a name called Sankarshan because he was completely attracted to the womb of Mother Rohini from the womb of Mother Devaki. And because Lord Balram was transferred to the womb of Mother Rohini, it seemed as if Mother Devaki had a miscarriage. And Krishna did this on purpose so that Kansa loses count on whether that is the 7th child or the 8th child. And the next child which comes will be the 7th or the 8th one. Actually, Yog Maya was also being told to take birth from the womb of Mother Yashoda, and then those children were transferred. Mother Yashoda was so tired after giving birth to the baby girl that she did not remember that whether it's a boy or a girl. So when she woke up, she saw baby Krishna lying there, and then she just embraced him. Lord Balram appeared at around noon time, and Balram ji is so beautiful that his transcendental beauty just cannot be expressed into words. When Mother Rohini saw Lord Balram for the first time, she took some time to realize at what it is. When she saw the eyes of Lord Balram, she thought it is the petal of a white lotus flower. When she saw the lips of Lord Balram, she thought that it is a half fresh cut red fruit. When she saw the chubby cheeks of Lord Balram, she thought that these are the big balls of cotton. She was fully convinced that this small child is a basket full of flowers. But when she saw the nails and the toes of Lord Balram, she thought that these are some precious jewels, like emerald and ruby. His eyes were so beautiful, just like a petal of a white lotus flower almost touching his ears. His eyes were just like the opening and closing of the white lotus flowers, his beautiful eyelashes rolling backwards. Beautiful necklace, bracelet, armlet, anklet, and the most important thing, his beautiful dazzling effulgent dhoti. Lord Balram always wears a blue dhoti because he loves to wear such clothes which remind him of Krishna. This one description is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, that how Lord Balram started crawling. The supreme cause of all causes was starting to crawl in the land of Vrindavan. When he was just learning to crawl in the land of Vraj Bhumi, he used to catch hold of the tail of the cows and the calves. Mostly the calves because they were easier to approach. And the calf used to run very quickly out of fear, and even Sri Balram was so small that even he used to get afraid when the calf started to run, and both of them don't know what to do. So he closes his eyes and starts moving on his chest. All the gopis started crying, thinking that the stones and pebbles on the land of Vrindavan will scratch the chest of Balram. But Vrindavan is a Chintamani Dham. It is a completely transcendental place. The stones and the pebbles put themselves into such a shape that it will please Lord Balram. The stones and the pebbles completely melted. The mud in Vrindavan became so soft that Lord Balram can slide easily. Gradually, when Krishna and Balram started to walk, they also learned how to run. And when they learned how to run, they steal the butter. They started lying. And they performed all those beautiful childhood pastimes. As Krishna and Balram grew up, they used to play so many beautiful games with their cowherd friends. They used to play hide and seek, pulling the rope, and the team which loses has to carry the winning team over their back. At the end of the day, when Krishna and Balram were tired, all the cowherd boys used to fan Krishna and Balram with the big leaves of banyan tree. And sometimes Krishna would massage Sri Balram's lotus feet, and sometimes Sri Balram used to massage Krishna's lotus feet. And all the cowherd boys used to make sure that Krishna and Balram get sufficient rest. Even when Sri Balram used to enter the forest of Vrindavan, description given in Krishna book is that all those trees used to bend down because of the weight of their fruits. And then Krishna tells Balram, "O Dauji, do you know why are these trees bending? They are offering their danvats to you. In past life, they were all materialistic and impersonalist." Krishna further said that, "Oh Balram, you are so great that all of them want to give their dandavats to you. But as they are in the body of the trees, they aren't able to give their full dandavats. Therefore, they are naturally bending their head down to offer you respect." Once upon a time, when Srila Prabhupada was searching for a nice piece of land for building a temple, he told all his disciples to search for a nice land to get sanctioned. All of his disciples searched so much, and finally again they came to Srila Prabhupada and said that there is no hope of finding a land here. Probably it was Mayapur. And so Srila Prabhupada said that, "Why don't you pray to Lord Balram?" After that, Lord Balram appeared in the dream of one of those disciples and told him that, "Why don't you pray to me? I will tell you where the land is. Pray to me and I will definitely tell you." So that disciple woke up, went to Srila Prabhupada and said, "You were right. Lord Balram appeared in my dream and said the same thing which you told me." So Srila Prabhupada said, "Yes, now please go and search for a nice piece of land." And within the span of 1.5 months, they finally got a land sanctioned. Hari Bol. Krishna and Balram have this habit of doing constant mimicry. They make fun of everything. They sing like the cuckoos, they dance like the peacocks, they make voices like the frogs, they walk like the deer, they do everything better than that particular living entity. So once all the cuckoos fell at the lotus feet of Krishna and Balram. They said that this is the only skill which you have given us, and now that you are doing better than us, nobody is looking at us, nobody is giving attention to us. When the peacocks saw Krishna and Balram dancing more better than them, the peacocks were amazed by seeing these two brothers. When there was a big forest fire, all the cowherd boys requested Krishna and Balram to protect them. O Krishna, O Balram, your prowess never goes in vain. Please protect us. Bala means strength and Ram means the one who gives happiness. So, we say Rama 4 times in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. A few disciples of Srila Prabhupada were quarreling that what does the word Ram in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra mean. Some said that it refers to Balaram, some said that it refers to Ramchandra Shri Ram, some said that it is Parshuram. Finally, they came to Srila Prabhupada and asked Srila Prabhupada that what does the Ram in Hare Krishna Mahamantra mean. Srila Prabhupada said that yes, all of your answers are correct, but the highest understanding is that the Ram in Hare Krishna Mahamantra refers to Krishna. Because one of the name of Krishna is Radhika Raman, he who gives happiness to Srimati Radhika. So Rama can include so many personalities, including Lord Balram. Sometimes some devotees also refer to Nityanand Prabhu as Nityananda Ram. The Acharyas in our parampara are transparent mediums. They are just helping us to serve Krishna selflessly, and serving Krishna selflessly is the only means by which we can attain him. Lord Balram is the fountainhead of all the incarnations. He represents the Adi Guru, the Guru Tattva, and he destroys all our anarthas. We just sincerely have to pray to him. Garga Muni named him as Lord Balram because Balram is ready to give us all the spiritual strength required. Because he is ready to give us the spiritual strength Bala to reach the spiritual state of happiness, Rama. He has so many beautiful names, Sankarshan, Anantadev, Balabhadra. He is called Ananta because he is limitless. He is limitless, his glories are limitless, his pastimes are limitless. Lakshman and Balram destroy all the demons in the previous yugas, but in the Kali Yuga, he himself appears as Nityanand not to destroy any demon outside, but to destroy the demon which is inside our heart, which are all the anarthas. He very lovingly appears to give us the holy name. Although if we think that, oh, I am so sinful, I am so fallen, doesn't matter. We can approach Lord Balram, we can approach Lord Nityananda. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that there is no person on this earth who cannot be delivered by Lord Balram or Lord Nityananda. Even if you think, oh my God, I am so fallen, there is no hope for me. There is hope for you. Lord Nityananda will deliver you. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that even if we are the most fallen, still Balram's mercy is so unparalleled that it can encompass anything. Thank you so much for listening till the end. Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare